How are you, bruh? Look, you can call me out, say whatever you want, because even I hate making NoFap videos. I don't watch NoFap videos. I don't like anyone that makes a NoFap video. So you can call me out because of their hypocrisy, right? But I'm going to give you a whole different spin on it. Because I ain't like the rest of these guys, bro. Look, not to talk down upon them, but you know that these guys that practice NoFap, these guys aren't getting laid. These guys don't have options. These guys, come on, man. You know if there was a baddie in their life, they do everything to get some, to clap those cheeks. So it's like, bro, come on, man. But then there's young men like me. Young and handsome and sexy and masculine and just about it, right? Did I mention sexy? So, you know, I've had girls in the past that I've been in relationships with. I've slept around a lot. And I've got girls to this very minute, to this day, that I could sleep with. And I was like, nah, man, I don't want to. I'm practicing semen retention for one reason. And it's this, right? There's a direct correlation between NoFap and success. And this is what I want to speak to you about, right? And I'm going to say it for what it is. Just because you practice NoFap, you go 100 days NoFap, right? It does not mean, right, that someone is going to knock on your door, right? And say, here you go. Here's $1 million. Here's a whole bunch of honeys for you. Here's the keys to a mansion. It doesn't work like that, bro. So get that out of your mind if you ever think, oh, yeah, listen, NoFap. It doesn't work like that. Look, discipline is what you gain from NoFap. And this is it. This is what you should want as a young man right now. Discipline. Because think about this. What's the one thing in this world that we are all starting to like? And I like discipline for a very long time. But I've only recently, in the last 2-3 years of my life, been truly disciplined. I really do mean that. I've never really been disciplined before. I easily fell into temptations and doing what I shouldn't have been doing. But discipline has a strong correlation. If not, it is the only correlation between success, right? You can say luck and consistency. Consistency is pretty much the same as discipline to some degree. But look, if you want something in this world, you need discipline. And there's a reason why you find yourself procrastinating, watching videos like mine, or going on TikTok or Instagram, or always jerking off like an idiot, because you lack discipline. That's it, right? So hear me on this. Discipline can be gauged in many things. It can be gauged in, if you wake up at a certain time every single day. It could be if you go to the gym every day. It could be if you work on your business or you get everything done that you're supposed to do. You can be disciplined for many areas of your life. I mean, as a man, I truly believe that you just embody discipline. I don't think that it's good to be a man that's disciplined in one area but not disciplined in another, because how you do anything is how you do everything, and that's a huge thing to remember. But with discipline and success, you can only gauge a man by how much he struggles with something, and yet he still doesn't do that fucking thing, right? So what are so many of us guys so a victim to? Shouldn't even say victim. What are we so undisciplined towards? NoFap, jerking off, porn, all of that stuff, right? That's why NoFap will be one of the biggest gauges on if you are a disciplined man or not. Because what happens, right, when you start building discipline and you start building momentum and you start making all this progress, right, what comes from discipline is a mindset shift as well. And this is huge, right? And this attaches to NoFap. When you go a couple of days without jerking it or watching porn or something, you feel different. You get on a whole different type of frequency. It kind of sounds funny. And I don't mean not on a spirit. Actually. It's like a spiritual frequency that you get on within yourself. It's like this dominance comes out. It's like this lion in a cage ready to escape, right? That's what happens when you become a man that truly starts to level up his discipline in an area that is struggling so much, which is jerking it. And then your mindset kind of follows on top of the discipline. Because get this, when you become a guy that withstands from sex or withstands from jerking it, you start to slowly feel unstoppable. And that's your mindset starting to work for you. Because so many of us, our mindset works against us. How we think about something is almost always negative. I can't do this. I can't approach that girl. I can never make this money. I'm ugly. I'm not good looking, right? All these things. We have so many tens of thousands of negative thoughts a day. So our mindset always works against us. But when you start building up discipline through NoFap and not jerking off, your mindset attaches to you having this lion in a cage type of feeling of like, whoa, well now I want success. Now I want to do everything that I put my mind to, and I want to achieve what I want. And that only comes from practicing semen retention. That's it, right? You'll hear a lot of people that say, oh yeah, girls find you more attractive and girls can feel your energy. 100%. I actually do believe that. I believe that heaps. But it ain't the way that other guys think about it. If you're fat, overweight, just not looking good, all this shit, right? No girl's gonna be looking at you. But when you're a young man, you're making progress, you're building momentum, you're moving forward, your mindset's starting to change, right? Everything about you changes. That's the thing. It ain't just because you're doing NoFap. It's because you as a whole, as a man, has slowly started to change your ways. Your way in how you speak, the way on how you stand up for yourself, the way that you walk, the way that you handle situations, the way that you just go about life. It all attaches. But just because you practice NoFap, right, if you are lacking in all other areas, it ain't going to really mean much. It's going to mean much. It's going to mean something for your discipline, of course. But it all works congruent with one another. So NoFap is like the catalyst, or like the cherry on top to like you becoming that real masculine figure, right? That real go-getter. And that's a huge thing. Because when you think about what happens when you're jerking all the time, not only does it short your confidence, right? It short circuits how you feel. Like you feel like shit afterwards, don't you? You do. And I felt that way, and I completely get it. But also when you have sex consistently, you feel slow and you feel sluggish. Like, it feels good, don't get me wrong. But usually afterwards, you just waste a whole bunch of time. You're in bed. Next day, you're kind of drowsy because you nutted a few times. It's like, well, yeah, that was mad. It was good. It was like, fun, right? It felt good. But at the same time, it was like, it took a lot of things from you. It took your time. It took your energy. It took just how you feel, because you always kind of don't feel that as quick and sharp after you nut, right? Like, so everything in life, really, and I do mean this, can be accelerated through if you practice NoFap. You want to feel more confident? Start practicing semen retention. You want to feel more assertive, more aggressive? Do semen retention. You want to feel that like that masculine urge, that energy inside you? Do NoFap. You want to conquer? Do NoFap. You want to just everything. You want to fix some issues in yourself? Do NoFap, right? Like, I'm telling you, there are some things about me that have changed. Like, I heal quicker from the gym and like from boxing and stuff because I do NoFap. I really do mean that. Like, everything about me changes, but that is also because I've dialed in on every other area of my life. So become disciplined in all areas, and NoFap will be a cherry on top to the man that you become. Because look, I'll say this, it's the one thing, as I mentioned, that so many of us young guys, we struggle with. So if you can dial in on this and truly overcome it and beat it and become a guy that's disciplined in semen retention, you'll see that feeling extrapolate outwards to everything that you do, and you just become fucking unstoppable. Unstoppable, bro. And that's how I feel right now. It's a really good feeling, bro. Anyway, brother, love ya. If you choose to keep jerking off, I can't help ya. Love you, brother.